but it's okay because at least we'll have each other, right? Immediate jail. It's kind of good. I am completely useless. If we die, we die. I've never been to prison, so I will be your cheerleader. Hi friends, we are back with another tag video. I honestly thought I could get most of these done in September. Boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong about this? But this is a really fun tag and I'm really excited to do it. I was first tagged in this video from Renee at Beyond Books, and then once again I was tagged by Ellen at the Ellen Made Book Club, and both of them sent me to jail. Immediate jail. As if my board game didn't send me to jail enough, both of them sent me to jail, and then now I am going to decide the fate of the next person who's going to join me in jail. But before we get started on all of that, I would like to thank BookBuds for creating this second original BookBud tag video, because this tag is super fun, and anyone I have watched done this tag, I just feel like it's such a fun tag. Everybody is super excited about it, and you can get really creative with this tag, so I'm really excited. And without any further ado, how about we hop into the very first question of this tag video. And the first question is, you're stuck on a deserted island and can only bring one booktuber bud, but all of their books would come with them. Who would you want to be stuck with? Hands down, I would drag Chris from Chronically D with me on this deserted island. I'm sorry, girl, but I've seen your bookcase. I've seen your library. That whole library is coming with us, all right? That might be the #1 reason why I picked you, but her bookcase, y'all, she has everything from literary to nonfiction to romance and also mangas and manhwas. Like, I have to pick her. She has such a vast range of reading, but also a lot of her reading is extremely similar to me. So I know as a fact that I will always be able to find a book on her bookshelf where I could just pick it up and just read it while we're stuck on this deserted island. Now, I've seen a lot of people get creative with this for the survivability aspect of it. You and me, girl, if we're stuck there together, if we die, we die. Okay, that's a little bit morbid. Did I think this through in the survivability aspect over just the bookshelf, book library aspect? Absolutely not, but I cannot think of another person I want to spend time with on the deserted island. I think we're both kind of socially awkward, and also we like our personal space. So while we'll be able to have discussion, talk about books, and trying to figure out how to survive in this deserted island, I think we would also be very comfortable with each other since our personality is similar enough where if I recognize that she needs space, I can give her that space, and likewise. So I don't know. I'm sorry, Chris, you're stuck with me, but hey, at the very least, you won't have to go to work anymore. Am I right? Am I right? Always gotta look at the silver lining. Why do I feel like one of my teeth is extra sensitive today? I don't know what happened to it. I really hope that I don't need to go to the dentist, because I'm not saying that I can't afford it, but I can't afford it right now. All right, now that we see who is stuck with me on a deserted island, let's see who ends up in jail with me, all right? So the second question is, you accidentally rob a bookstore with a booktuber bud by walking out with 100 books. You spend a year behind bars with them, but now you can read and do videos together. Who do you want to get locked up with? I'm sorry, girl, but I gotta take a queen to jail, and it is Brooklyn at Brooklyn's library. Honestly, she is super chaotic. Like, her videos are the pinnacle point of chaotic. And also me, like, with the two of us, if we were seen together on the streets and being the way that we are with our chaos, I'm not saying that we might get arrested, but we might get arrested because we probably are doing something stupid at the bookstore. Or maybe I will, and then she's trying to help me, and then somehow she gets wrapped up, revolved into this whole situation, and then you're spending a year in jail with me. Okay, girl? Like, if you've seen her videos, you will know that both of us will just kind of bounce back and forth with each other and just spin the chaos until it just goes into infinity, all right? And I already know there won't be a day in jail where it will be calm, collected. Every day will be super fun, and I know our videos are going to be fire together. Like, I can't just imagine how crazy our videos would go. Like, I would say something crazy out of left pocket, and then she would do something the same, and then her editing style, beautiful. She would add the best clips, the best sound effects, the best everything to give you an immersive feel for the video, all right? So I'm just saying, I'm sorry, Brooklyn, I'm dragging you to jail, but I think we'll have a really fun time in jail together, especially if we could still continue reading, if we could still continue making our videos, and our jail cell will definitely be the loudest and rowdiest one on the block, and we are going to embrace that party girl vibe, all right? I'm just saying, I think being in jail together with both of our chaosness, we can definitely make some huge hits of a party inside the jail cell. Except, I don't actually think that's how it works in prison, but like, I've never been to prison, so I wouldn't know, but I can already think of just how loud and how fun it would be. We would probably continue your book club in prison. And can you imagine all the badass girlies joining us? Yes, absolutely. I can totally see that. So I cannot pick a better person to spend time in jail with. Brooklyn might not have the same idea, but you're stuck with me. You're just stuck with me. All right, the next set of questions comes from the realm that I am so familiar with, which is being isekai'd into a book. If you guys need a refresher on what isekai is, I'm sure I have a video linked somewhere that has a vague explanation about what isekai is, but basically you get teleported into a book. With the very first question in this realm being, you magically get trapped in a murder mystery you are reading. Another booktuber joins you to solve the mystery. Who do you want to join you? If I'm in a murder mystery, and I'm just gonna be honest, I don't read much thrillers, mysteries. I am into murder because like Criminal Minds, I like the psychology of things, but I wouldn't say I am a veteran in any of these areas. But if I get trapped in a murder mystery, I would bring the best of the best, and here are some of those people. The first person I'm gonna nominate to join me is Crisel at Little Toron. I'm just saying, she is a dark romance baddie, all right? She knows where all the good dark romances are, and she's also currently writing a novel, her very own, so I'm super excited about that. Can't wait until she releases it. But I'm just saying, Crisel being there, maybe she can suss out any potential love interest that might want to hit us up, protect us. I mean, okay, I don't know why I said that, but just listen. I'm sure she can suss them out, right? She has the experience. She can suss out some morally gray men to help protect us in this murder mystery. I'm here for it. You know what would be really funny though? If the person that we found to kind of protect us, the morally gray love interest, turns out to be the murderer themselves. That would be interesting. It would make for an extremely interesting book, don't you think? Now, Crisel would definitely be in the front line, being able to suss out any potential love interests, but also her experience with dark romances means she has experiences with more dark topics, like murder. So I'm expecting her to give her expertise on what she has seen in her books and potential ways to get out of very dangerous situations. On a very similar vibe, we have Christine at Green Bean Christine. One, she's a new booktuber that I found, and I absolutely love her vibe and her content, and also her little birdie. Two, she's very similar to Crisel, but she also reads a lot of variety of books, and some of them are thrillers, some of them are mysteries, and I'm just here vibing, you know? I think she would be great to give insight. She'll ground us. I feel like she's very grounded. Nothing will faze her because she also reads a lot of horror. So if we stumble onto like a messy crime scene, I'm expecting her to take the lead, all right? I feel like her mental is just so strong when it comes to like horrific scenes, especially in all the books that she's read. And all of this reading experience might help us get closer to the answer or figuring out who the murderer is. And I would definitely enlist Christine on trying to figure out and navigate the horrors of a murder mystery. Last person on my mystery murder solving team would be Ashley at Ashley Beck's Read. I mean, I think she reads a lot of mystery thrillers to begin with, and I think she has a better understanding of genres than I do because I'm not gonna lie, I don't read murder mysteries, so I don't really know what it all entails, but I feel like this is her realm. Like, she is experienced, whether it's cozy or suspenseful, she's had it all, and I'm hoping this will come in handy in actually trying to solve the mystery because of her experience in other books. Maybe she will see some scenarios that are similar to something she has written and will actually help us navigate through the trickeries, the lies, the suspensefulness, all the things that are inside murder mysteries, which I gotta be honest, I don't know much of because I don't read murder mysteries. So this is definitely a fun one, like, because I'm completely useless. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm dragging you guys into this. I am completely useless. I don't read murder mysteries. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't even read suspenseful thriller-esque book, to be honest. So I'm just gonna be over here begging you guys for help, and I'm sure as a fact you three are going to solve this murder mystery, all right? I will be your cheerleader on the sideline, and you guys will definitely help me get through this, right? Right? Okay, great, cool. In the same realm of being isekai, the very next question in this essence is, you magically get trapped in a fantasy novel fighting dragons, casting spells. Which booktuber bud would you choose to bring in to save the day? Once again, I'm going to be bringing in a team of veterans when it comes to fantasy novels. Now, I read some fantasy, but not too much, so I don't think I would last, but fantasy historical era, like, sign me up. Maybe I want to stay there, so I wouldn't save the world, so I could stay in the world. Yeah, no, maybe that's not the right thing to say. I don't really know what it means to save the day in this aspect, but when it comes to dragon, I gotta bring in a group, a team that is experienced in fantasy novels to help me out here. And the very first person is going to be Jessie at Jessie Reading. She reads so many different kinds of fantasy. To be honest, I think the latest novel that I've heard from her is actually A Dawn of Onyx. And I'm just saying, there are dragons in there, okay? So I feel like she would have this down. Also, she's super crafty. She made this beautiful hair tie, linked in the description, not sponsored. I paid for all of this with my own money, but I decided to wear it since I am calling her out on her artistic abilities. She has like her own little shop where she makes hair ties, hair bands, little keychain holders, and I think that's so cute. I also think when it comes to a fantasy era, we gotta get creative and crafty with our hands. So I'm sure her ability to do all of these will somehow help us, such as maybe sew us a anti-fire breathing dragon suit. I don't know, or maybe sewing outfits is not up your alley at all, but I'm sure your crafting skills will make us something to distract the dragons and or protect us from him. Why did I just assume the dragon's gender? Very similarly, I am also dragging Rebecca at Rebecca Haitian into this fantasy fighting world realm. I think she reads a lot of different type of fiction and fantasy novels, so I'm sure she'll be able to come up with a plan on how to distract the dragon or how to get to the point where we can save the day. With her experiences with reading all these novels, I'm sure she can even find a plot hole, but don't worry, we'll definitely work together, and it's not going to be anything like the group projects, mostly because the weight of the world is in our hands, and also if we don't save the world, we might just go down in it together, but it's okay because at least we'll have each other, right? The very last person I want on my team for this fantasy world that we were put in is going to be Melanie at a dark corner of the library. Melanie read a mix of fantasy, mix of horror, mixes of gothic, mix of weird. Like, she reads a lot of different fictional books, and I cannot wait to see what kind of creative ideas she might have inspired from all the other different books that she has read, because I'm just saying, in the realms of the other books, maybe something that she has read there can definitely help us out in this world as well to try to defeat the dragons, because sometimes we might need a little bit of weirdness going on to distract the dragon and save the day. Again, it wasn't really specific on how we're supposed to save the day, so if we could distract the dragon and get to where we need to defeat it, I think it would be great. So Melanie would definitely be an ally I would want on my team, and I think Ellen also recruited her onto her fantasy fighting roster as well. I'm just saying, I think she would be an extremely strong ally to have, especially given that we are not really given any information about how to save the day, because maybe something weird happens and then we get the dragon's attention away from us and then we can save the day. I don't know what saving the day entails, but I'm sure distracting the dragon and having his mind preoccupied is one of the things we need to do. Moving away from being magically teleported into a book, the next question we have is, you are stuck in a cloud of sadness, hitting a reading funk and totally uninspired. Which booktuber bud can pick you up with their positivity? All the booktubers that I watch always pick me up. Like, your videos are great. Like, I leave messages, long paragraphs sometimes, just about how much I really enjoy watching your videos. But I would say, if I had to narrow down booktubers that I will go to and watch for sure, if I'm feeling down and about, I would go first to Maria Andrea at Book to Book Deals. She just has this overwhelming sense of positivity to her. Her videos always include her highs and her lows, and I really enjoy how positive she is in all of her videos. Even when the lows are lows, she can always try to find something positive about a situation, and it just really allows me to reflect, to see the positive in the current situation I'm at. So Maria Andrea is definitely going to be one of my top picks for comfort watch when I'm feeling a little bit down. And the next person I would have to say is going to be Jada at JMO Reads. She is absolutely the sweetest person, and her videos are so funny and hilarious. She really puts all of herself out there, and the little clips and snippets of things that she attaches together. She always does like meme edits into her videos to add a little bit more funk and funs to it, and I really enjoy that. But also overall, she's very positive. As stressed as she is in her life and everything that's going on, she always tries to find the positives in things, kind of similar to how Maria Andrea does. And I'm always so happy when I watch her videos because she really feels like a friend updating you on her reading progress, and her reading progress is just so fun to watch because she's one of those people who will be reading like 10 million books at the same time, pick it up, drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, and I just love the chaos in that. The last person I would definitely watch during a reading funk or when I'm feeling down is going to be Bonnie at Bonnie Nicole's Writes. I briefly mentioned this to her in another video of hers, but she's actually one of the OG YouTubers that I started out watching, and she's so fun. Like, what drew me to her was how smiley she is. Like, she's so positive. Every book that she reads, she tries to find something out of it that she likes. So like, I know when I don't like a book, I really don't like a book, and it's really hard for me to find something to take out of it, but I feel like Bonnie is able to do that with all of her books, and I really enjoy listening to her talk. Her videos are always so elegant and put together. I love the way she talks about books and how happy, and she's always smiling at her videos. That just gives me like a burst of energy whenever I watch her videos. She's just such a happy, positive person, even when the topics are hard. And also, she's one of the first few booktubers who introduced me to the world of Abby Jimenez, to the world of Emily Henry. So I don't know, she has a special place in my heart when I watch her videos because her recommendations are so vastly different than what I would normally read, but I always have a good time picking them up. And those are like the top 3 people I would go if I'm just absolutely in a downward spiral, not in a good mood, and I just want something to pick me up. Those 3 are definitely like top tier content and just making me feel so happy and bubbly on the inside when I watch their videos. All right, moving on to the next question. It is, your arms are in cast for 2 months and a booktuber bud is going to edit all of your videos for you. Who edits them and why? I'm gonna have to pick Shuba at Shuba is Reading. I absolutely love her editing style. I think she has a really good idea about how a video should flow. I don't know if she drafts them or storyboards them, but I feel like going from one scene to the next, it always flows into each other and there's no abruptness to it. I don't know, something about her footage just feels so cozy and at home, and she's really able to cut out the main points that she wants to talk about, and I just really enjoy how her video is put together in such a manner. Like, her vlog videos are definitely top tier. I love watching her vlogs. I feel like you really get to see a whole storyline through it, which is kind of weird trying to describe it, but just watching her videos really give me that vibe. So I would definitely request Shuba to edit all of my videos if I could, but good luck cutting out all my yaps. I don't know how much you talk in your videos, but I think for a 1 hour footage of mine, I probably yap for 5 hours. So footage to film, I'm just preparing you, Shuba. It is a 5-to-1 ratio. So good luck. I definitely talk a lot, but I would love to be able to have your editing skills and just your story graphing skills, because I think you do it so perfectly well, especially for your vlogs. And finally, the very last question for this book bud tag is, you press a button and have instantly read all the books that a booktuber bud has already read. Which bud would you pick and why? No moment of hesitation here. Lauren at Love Lauren. I don't think a single one of her recommendation has ever missed. There are always 4 or higher, period. I never read anything that was recommended to me by her where I had a very differing opinion from her. We are very like almost 1-to-1. Our ongoing joke is that we're twins from across the world because we have such similar tastes and mindset when it comes to the storyline, the characters, and the plot. So most definitely, I need her to download everything she has read into my brain ASAP, no questions asked, because everything that she dislikes, I'm able to give an opinion about them, agree or disagree with her, but also all the books that she likes, I already know I'm going to eat it up. And just the fact that I can enjoy and experience the reading aspect of it without having to spend time to actually do it, it's kind of good. It's kind of great. Of course, reading it is also part of the adventure itself. So I don't know. I don't really know how this downloading the brain works. Do I also get her reading experience with it as well, because I'm just saying, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And I know she's read a lot of varying different types of books, including romance, sci-fi, classics, nonfiction, fiction, and also mangas and manhwas. I would absolutely eat up her whole brain library experience of all those books. So without a moment of hesitation, I would definitely be on my knees begging her to let me read all the books that she has read. Absolutely, 100%. And also that way I can finally catch up to all of the recommendation she has given me so far, because she has given me a lot of recommendation and I don't even think I've put a slight dent into all of her recommendations, all right? I'm just saying, if I could read all the books that she has already read, I would just be on top of my game. My TBR stack would probably lose like a quarter of its volume, so that would be nice. And I think that I am going to wrap up this video. Oh my god, this was such a fun tag, and I breezed through this tag. You don't understand. You know how I said my videos are probably 1 to 5? I think this is really close to like 1 to 1, maybe like 1 to 2, but I breezed through this tag because it was so much fun. I had so much fun thinking about all the booktubers I want to mention, and I mentioned as many people as I could. And I think this is just a fun, creative tag to do. And if you see this tag and you want to do it, please go ahead and do it. I think this is absolutely a fantastic, fun tag to get to know one another, to get your creative juices flowing, and take all your booktuber buds with you on a grand old fantasy adventure. Somehow I forgot to mention this, but if I dragged you along on any of these adventures, it meant that you are officially tagged in this video, and I'm expecting a 5-page paragraph MLA format paper on your answers, or, you know, just a video will suffice. I want to see people have fun with this tag. This tag is so much fun. Again, special shout out to Book Buds because they really hit the ball out of the park with this tag. I had a blast doing it, and it's just a nice little break from longer content videos that I am planning in the next coming weeks, including a quarterly statistics video and a reading vlog video, so keep an eye out on that. And if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the coming weeks for more longer content video. Bye!